Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the one and only show? Live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber.
Hey guys, welcome to the Amber and Neal show. Guys, we are so excited. We have a legend joining us today. H-Town, baby. All right, so before we jump in and introduce you to our awesome guest, Robert Reid, we're going to jump in with my co-host. He is the man on the ones and twos, the man on the steel, the man in the most, I should say made of steel, the most in-demand DJ, vice president of Boss Up Houston Network, and the vice president of Amber Productions. Y'all give it up, my co-host, DJ Houston.
What's up? Hey. It's a beautiful day in the H. We're finally getting that fall weather that we've all been hoping for all year long. So it's a beautiful day to be on the show. Beautiful co-host, beautiful guests, like just a beautiful day.
I can't wait for a beautiful lunch. You know, I can't wait to talk to Robert about his shows he watches in the morning after his workouts. I caught your interview with Stevie Ray the other day, so I can't wait to talk about those shows that you like. Also, my other co-host, you guys, he is former NFL on the NFLPA. He's also on the board of the Huddle Up Foundation, doing a lot of philanthropy work. He also has his own nonprofit, and he has his very own show starting here soon at Boss Up Houston. And he is my co-host. He is best-selling author, Believe So You Can Achieve. Y'all give it up for Ryan Yarborough.
What? The crowd goes wild.
But before we even go any further, Mr. Reid.
Man.
Yeah. We're gonna talk. Yeah, right there.
Okay. Old school.
Yes, sir.
Introduction. Ryan, tell us about our special guest today.
Well, this man right here, okay, when they talk about the shooters, some of the best shooters of all time, okay, it's nothing for him if he came past half court and just let it fly, okay, and I might be shorting his range a little bit, okay, soon as he get the ball in 3/4 court, he can pull it from there, all right, but Mr. Robert Reid is one of the best shooters that I ever seen, okay, because I happened to see him play as a youngster, and did a couple of stints with the Rockets, okay, and we're gonna get into that, I'm sure. But
and this was before the 3-point line.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Before the 3-point line, okay. He can pull it from everywhere. But I was fortunate enough to meet Mr. Reid, not last year, but the year before last at the Safe Diversity Spirit Day. Yeah, with Miss Mimi Scott. Okay, so not only is he an outstanding shooter, but he's even more of an outstanding man. But getting back to Mr. Reid in his playing days, like I was saying, as I was a kid, I used to love watching the Rockets, okay, because they played an exciting style of ball, and Robert Reid was right there, letting it fly. And when it's all said and done, we'll talk about his career. I'll ask him about his career a little bit more so as I let him introduce himself and talk a little bit about himself. But when he initially played for the Rockets, they went to the finals, okay? And, you know, they unfortunately lost to the Celtics, but it was a classic, it was a classic series, And throughout his career, we have something in common, Mr. Reid, and we'll talk about that as well. But I know that you took a step away from the game for a year. Yeah, and I did the same as well. And I know we talked about that a little bit at the Spirit Day a couple of years ago. And that's one thing nowadays is more common for the guys to do that and for it to be accepted. And what I mean by that, I know you did it a few years before I did it, well, around 10 years before I did it. But when I did it as well, they don't talk about what they try to talk about now, they'll just say other words that I'm not gonna say in particular. But nowadays, I know why I did it. Put it that particular way. I can't speak for you, so I'll let you touch on that as well.
Okay.
But nowadays, I know that they, just like I say in the day, a guy by the name of Calvin Ridley. He was an all-pro wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, and he went to Alabama. He came out of Alabama, and he said that he's taking a year off, or he's retiring for mental health, to get his mind right. And I know personally, me, that's exactly why I did it, because I was going through some things off the field at that particular time, and obviously the team that I was playing with was getting a run around, and we wasn't doing so well. So I said I needed to take a step away, because before me going postal, as they say, and me winding up somewhere that I didn't need to be or want to be, I needed to step away, because especially any athletics, okay, not just necessarily football. Football is more of a contact sport, but I was like, I don't need to be out here right now. I need to get my mind right versus just going through the motions, and versus just, as a lot of people were trying to tell me, just stick in there, you're making the most money you ever made before. And I was like, I'm not playing ball because of the money I make. I'm playing ball because I love playing ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So can you touch on that for a quick
Oh,
minute?
sure. First of all, Miss Amber, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on your show here today. This is great. Monday, November the 1st. Hello.
Hey.
Astros tomorrow, Tuesday. Hello. And win it Wednesday. So it's a good thing we're going to have this week.
Yeah,
But,
Robert, I love that you're a Virgo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. August 30th.
I'm a Virgo. Yes, Virgo.
Yeah.
Virgo's real. And you're an August Virgo, too, so that's even better.
Yep.
But before we
Well,
get too far into it, I got a question
Yeah.
for you. I've always wanted to know this. Why did y'all wear such short shorts back in the day? Like, what was
Wait a minute. That was the thing then. You had them short shorts. You had the socks up to your knees.
Right.
But to be honest, we all sat on the bench. There was a couple guys that need to be wearing them Daisy Dukes. And if you're able to look at the older games from the 60s and the 70s, unlike the players today, we never put our hands on our knees because it was so sweaty. So these guys have their shorts to lean on. You saw guys in their hands behind their head or leaning up against the basket, but we didn't bend over, because we didn't have, you got to find a way to rest at the free throw line or something. But no, the short shorts was something. The ladies liked it now.
Hey, we love them shorts and them tight pants in the NFL. Woo wee! I gotta watch that Texans game any day with them tight pants on. Yeah.
I think that's the only reason Amber watches sports is so she can see everything, the outfits,
So it's a practical answer. It's basically you lengthen them so that you can have something to wipe your hands on.
Yep. That's it. And you see, the long pants did not come in until Jordan came in the league. Michael introduced the long shorts, and everybody wanted to be like Mike.
Yeah.
But I still kept mine short.
and the socks up to the knees.
Socks up to the knees.
Yes.
Wore 2 pairs of socks.
Yes, sir. At least, because then
George
had
Gervin, Michael Cooper, Murphy. Now Calvin wore 3 pairs of socks. Yeah. So, officially Calvin was 5'8.5", but he put the 3 pairs of socks on. He was 5'9". He gonna kill me for that one.
Whatever. Hey, I know it's not I know you have so many impressive accolades, but all the ladies want to know, where's them short shorts at?
I still got a pair. Just don't go out. When I go to Fitness Connection, I got my warm-ups and the long ones now. Don't want to frighten nobody off.
Yeah. Well, so we know you're a Virgo. We understand the short shorts. Okay. And one thing that I definitely, before we jump too far into it, I want to talk about before we get off the show is, I know when I've seen other interviews that you've done, one thing that just blew my mind was how you guys got paid back then compared to now. And so
Oh.
we definitely want to bring that up, because that is, a lot of people would be shocked to find out what you went through with that.
Okay. When I got drafted by the Houston Rockets in 1977, I graduated from St. Mary's. Unlike you see the draft today, they're on TV and all. Okay. Today, during that time too, there were only 19 NBA teams and 11 on a team. I didn't know I was even drafted until my dad came home after work about 6 o'clock, and he said, I heard on the radio, you got drafted by the Rockets.
Wow.
Second round, I was the 40th player. I had a $30,000 non-guaranteed contract, which meant I had to make the team.
Wow.
Guys, you didn't get paid. Now, a second round pick, he's looking at 1.9 easily. Okay. And you know, with 30 teams now, they only hold 2 rounds, and the other guys got to try out. So I went from 30, 50 to 75, and then I boosted my contract up because I knew I'm in the conference with George Gervin. You had Dr. J, Adrian Dantley, Alex English, Walter Jordan, yes. So I knew playing with Murphy, Rudy, Calvin Murphy, and Moses, I knew I could not come out and shoot my way to score points.
Right.
So I made a deal with Reid Patterson. I said, tell you what, if you take the points I'm averaging with the minutes I'm playing, because I was playing close to 2,500 minutes a season, and compare that to points per minute that the other superstars are doing, I would be a leading scorer. So sure enough, he went for it, and I ended up went from 75, 375, 425, 475.
Wow.
That made me in the top 8 of small forwards. But compared to today, shoot, that's just breadcrumbs. You got these kids now that coming out, some of them, come on, let's be honest. They haven't even shot a NBA free throw yet or even tried out, and they're looking at 5'9", 10-1 contract. It's like, hey, with all due respect, you got to show me something first.
Hello.
Yeah. But it's the way the cookie crumbles, though. So, but I was very pleased with my contract and what happened. It's been able to take care of me and my family.
That's amazing. I mean, just to be able to get paid to do something you love, that's just that is. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's something that you enjoy, that you were able to glad to do it. But to be honest, I wasn't even looking to be in the NBA. I graduated in 77 in physical education and history. I wanted to be a coach, like the coaches who taught me. But when I came to vet camp, after we were in LA for the rookie camp, the first night of the practice, Dale Harris came up to me. He says, Bobby, we need to talk. I said, okay, what's up? He says, look, you're number 19. We've already got 15 guaranteed contracts. We already got the 11 we have here. The only reason that the team brought you back is for you to push Rudy, make him faster, quicker and all, but it don't look like you're going to make it.
Wow.
So I said, okay, coach, I tell you what, when we scrimmage at night, I want Rudy. So for the next 2 weeks, all you heard Rudy say, Jesus Christ, you're going to let this rookie hold me? Call a foul. So I went from 19 to 17 to 15, 13. Hey. And then the Tuesday night, before we were having our Wednesday game, Coach Nosaki said, all right, this is who we're going to open up with tomorrow. And I'm standing in the circle of the guys, and I did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I said, wait a minute now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And I made. So I'm thinking, hey, don't show nothing. You got to be cool. So after Rockets at the end of practice, I got me another half hour shooting, took the bus to the hotel, ordered room service, paid the man. I looked down the hallway, shut the door, and said, Yahoo! Thank you, Jesus. I made this bad boy.
As you should. Anyone who has to go fight through that, like through all
Hey,
that, he gets his.
You're glad you made it, You're glad
Exactly.
you made it all. And it was to have Rudy and them to put me under the wings to show me the ropes. And then I was Calvin Murphy's rookie, which meant I had to get his bags always to take up to the room.
Yeah.
So, they taught me a lot. I would say this is what the Rockets and the other NBA players after a game or during the game, a lot of them came up to me and said, Reid, just want to let you know, you're going to be all right. You're going to be in this game a while. Even though you came from a small college, you got an SOB attitude. You don't back down. But here's what each one of them did say to me. When the game is over with, and once you take that uniform off, and you shower, and you come back and get in your civvies, number 50 stays in the locker room. 50 does not come out that locker room. You go back to being the guy that cut the neighbor's yard, help grandmother, help your mom and all, but you keep yourself humble. But when you got that 50 on, you go ahead and act like a fool. And I'll be honest, for the 14 years I played, that did help me a whole lot. And it keeps me going straight today.
That's right. And another thing a lot of people didn't realize, Mr. Reid, like you were talking about those contracts, the games used to be tape delayed back in.
We were tape delayed.
Yeah.
In 81, we were tape delayed. And because they really wanted Boston and the Lakers. But, we beat the Lakers, and Moses basically, he said, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, get on my shoulder. Big Mo taking you to championship.
Yeah.
And we split the games there, and we were playing well. And I think it was like game 4. One of the reporters came up and talked to Moses and said, hey, they ain't nothing. I can take 4 boys from Petersburg and beat them. And so that practice, the media all comes up and they say, Robert, this is what Moses said. What do you think? I said, hey, I need to call my mom. I probably was born in Petersburg. I got to back the big fella.
Yes.
But that was bulletin board for the Celtics. That's all they needed. Yes. And it lit a fire underneath there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And a lot of people might not necessarily know too that after you left the Rockets, you were on the franchise starting Hornets. Like you said, when you first came to the league, it was only 19 teams.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when the Hornets came around, talk about, like I was saying, one of the greatest shooters of all time, as you are, and rightfully so. You played with who they considered one of the best shooters right now to this day's father. You played with Dale Curry, which is
yes.
Steph Curry.
I was with Dale Curry. Steph and Stephen, they weren't born yet, but Dale could shoot the ball a lot. Yeah. We drafted Rex Chapman.
Yeah.
We had Kelly Tribuca, Earl Curitan, Ricky Green. We had a good group of guys, but our first game we played Cleveland, we got beat by 53 points. And we're in the locker room, and our owner, George Shin, walks in and with 9 of his people say, I want you to meet my team, my boys and all. And I was a player rep, and I looked at him and said, man, if you don't get your ass out of here. So we just got beat by 50-something points, and you want to come out here and shake hands. That's not acceptable. Go.
That's right.
And so, we wanted to steal on something. Even though we all came from good teams, we still going to have that mentality. But who was it? Kurt Rambis from the Lakers. We had the game that one night we playing the Celtics, and we were both standing on the court looking down there. He looked at me and I looked at him. He said, we ain't in Kansas, all we told him. We don't have the big fellas behind us now. But we played hard those 2 years. We really did compete, play hard.
Yeah, and it was 2 guys in particular on there that I know as far as rookies, but one in particular that I'm going to speak about is a big brother to me. We talk very often, and he's an announcer for the Bulls now. His name is Kendall Gill.
Kendall Gill,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And let's don't forget Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yes, yes, indeed.
During practice, he would hound you and hound you. Man, go away, go on.
Yeah, now tell, a lot of people don't necessarily know you was talking about Cal Murphy's height. Tell them Muggsy Bogues' height.
Muggsy was about maybe 5'4", if that, 5'3.5". But he would be down there and he would wait for you as you trying to dribble down, you know, sideways. He'd wait for you to look up and he'll go around and come out with that ball.
Yes.
He was a great teammate. He was a great inspiration for all of us.
Yes, indeed. And as Amber was telling, she started off the show with, I don't necessarily know the shows, but I have a couple of my mentors from the NFLPA that I know not to call until about 2 o'clock. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? And I'm gonna say his name because I don't care, because he know every time I say it, he start busting up laughing. Coach Mike Holmes. Mike
Okay.
Holmes. No, yeah, Mike Holmes. I know not to call Mike Holmes till about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon because he said, well, the only time he'll answer my phone call every now and then. But he'll be like, man, you know, I'm watching my shows. But I don't know what shows you watch, so I'll let you tell.
Now, I got you beat. I'm up at 5:30.
Okay.
No, 5. I'm up at 5. I leave the house here at 5:30, go to the gym, Fitness Connection. So from 6 to 8, I'm working out.
Yes, sir.
Or 7:30, however. But when I come back from 8 to 9, Perry Mason. From 9 to 10, High Chaparral.
Okay.
From 10 to 11, Gunsmoke. Okay. And then my wife and I, we go back, she goes with me, and we work out from 11:30 to 12:30. So I'm doing 2 a days.
Wow.
And when I come back, 1 o'clock, 1 to 2, Gunsmoke. 12 to 1, Gunsmoke. 1 to 2, Bonanza. 2 to 3, Rifleman. My day is complete. Then I can talk to people.
Okay.
So still the same time frame, about 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Better about 2 or 3.
But I'm up already. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just, you know, I really, you know, I working with Safe Diversity. I do a lot of things with Miss Scott. But other than that, just keeping myself, I'm not trying to make no comeback, but I want to stay healthy. I got
Absolutely.
2 granddaughters, 9 and 5, 2 grandsons, 9 and 5. Come on, let's be honest. I want to see them walk the stage in junior high to high school.
Right.
Okay. I'm saving up for them for their college education.
Right.
I missed a lot with my own 2 kids. My kids I have missed a lot in high school with them because we were always traveling. But now you want to be there. They're in San Antonio and Chino Hills, California.
Wow.
So we stay in touch.
Yeah.
You're hilarious. I have seen so many of your interviews. You are so funny.
Well, I could tell you some stories and all, but what you were talking, going back to what my man's talk about, when I left, okay, that was after 82.
Right.
Moses Malone calls me about 3 weeks after the season's over with. He says, Bobby. I say, hey, Mo, what's up? Big Mo going to Philly. I said, what? He said, Big Mo going to Philly. I said, man, what happened? He said, hey, I asked him and said, look, if you give me 10,000, match Philly, Big Mo will stay. They said, no. And he says, you know what that means? I said, yeah, they're going after Ralph Sampson. And he says, you know what that means? Yeah, it means they're going to lose. That's the only way you can get Ralph during the NBA. You came in last place, you got the first round pick. Right. And I'm going to be honest, I got the thing where I said, wait a minute, man. I can't play that way. I ain't play that way. So, yeah, I went and said, talk to Ray Patterson, say, look, I just got some things inside me. I want to sit this out. He said, okay. Went down to Miami. I was a deacon in my grandmother's church. She's a Pentecostal preacher. So I was there for that year until Bill Fitch came from Boston to here. He called me at the store I was managing, Mr. M, which is like a Walgreens but without the pharmaceutical.
Mm.
So, and I'm right in the middle of Opelika, Florida. So you know where I was at. My people who act a fool. So he called and I talked to the wife and said, hey, let's go on, let's go back. So came back, we had Ralph, we had Rodney, had Alan Level with us, and then we had gotten John Lucas. So no, things were going good. And we're playing and playing. Now you want to know a real story. We're playing and playing, and all of a sudden we got Boston on a Sunday, St. Patrick's Day in Boston. Just fax that game in. You ain't gonna win that game. What score do y'all want? You up? Fine, take it. We ain't gonna win anyway. So anyway, at the end of the third quarter, walking on the floor, Larry Bird comes up to me and he hits me in my leg. He says, Reid. I said, what, man? You know I got 39. I said, so I got 23 and I'm playing 4 positions. Hits me again, said, Reid. I said, what? I think I'll get 50. I don't know, man, you ain't getting 50. No, forget that. We go down, we score, they come down, he goes off for Parrish, hits it 2. That's 41 points.
Wow.
I said, okay, no problem. We go down and he goes off McHale, that's 43 points. I said, wait a minute, this white boy getting rid of 50 points, man. I ain't letting that happen. So the next time he got it, I clocked him.
Yeah.
Wow, Reid, that's number 3. He came down again, I hit Dennis Johnson, foul Reid, because by this time, he's got, we're going now, and yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. He got 47 points.
Wow.
Because Rodney was guarding him too. So when he had 47 points and we had about 6 minutes left to go in the game, I said, wait a minute, I ain't gonna let him get on me. Let him get it on the rookie. Yeah. I said, coach, get me, I'm tired. Rodney, get it. Rodney grabbed his knee. My knee hurts, coach. I said, ain't this something? This rookie hurt. So anyway, we got 4 minutes left to go in the game. Scouting report. If Bird gets a defensive rebound, if he comes down the left side of the court, it's a pick and roll with him and Parrish. If he comes to the right side, he's going to hit McHale and throw it out for the 3. So I'm pushing him to the right. No, he comes straight down the middle, jumps across the 3, jumps back and throws it up, and I'm like this. He said, Reid, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Also, boom, 3-pointer. They let the white pigeons loose. People yelling Bird, the announcer yelling Bird. And all I could do was just giggle inside myself. Going down the floor, he come up and hit me in my leg again. He says, Robert. I said, what now? Should have kept your ass in preaching. Oh, look at this. There's nothing you can say. You couldn't say nothing. I'm gonna get 50. He got 50.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is hilarious too. I know we got about 5 minutes left in the show. Is there anything you guys have some questions for Robert?
Yes.
Ryan, let's see. So I know Ryan was mentioning earlier, you know, like after Houston, you were playing. You had 2 seasons with
Hornets.
The Hornets, and then after the Hornets, you went over to Portland, correct?
I went to Portland, and it wasn't the same, because you know that's when they had Clyde, Buck Williams, Terry Porter, and all. They had the nucleus, and I was there because one of the players was on injured reserve, so I wasn't getting that playing time. And then when a young rookie came in, they let me go, and I came back to Charlotte. After Charlotte, I went overseas and played in Italy at Desio, right outside Milan. So I played there a year and got some overseas experience. So it was fun.
Oh, nice.
It was
I
fun.
didn't know about the overseas experience. Wow. That's a nice touch. How
in
was it
Italy?
How was it like playing in Italy?
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
What a dream.
Right. I mean, I can't. I mean, just being able to go to Italy and then being able to play the sport that you enjoy playing for a whole nother nation. It's just got to be.
But I got one better for you, real quick. The wife and I, we just came back from a Venice tour, 16 days in Venice, in Italy.
Wow.
Flew to Milan, took the bullet train up to Venice, came back to Rome, let me tell you, you see it in the Vatican. You're looking at Sistine Chapel. You're down at the St. Peter's Cathedral. Wow, just 50-foot arches. You got structures that are still there before Christ.
Wow.
We go down to Napoli, and you see Pompeii, and then you go down to the seashore of Sorrento. Let me tell you, it was beautiful.
Wow.
And the pictures and all were beautiful.
Well, I hope this is an inspiration for everybody. You know, you only live one time, so hey, go out. You know, make it count. Make it count. And you know, I know that you're in the community, Robert. I've seen you, and we've done a lot of the as well with Ryan, doing a lot of the school, you know, things and getting back into the youth with the focus. Is there anything, Robert, that you want to share with the viewers?
You want to impart? I would like to say this to the viewers who are watching now. If you got young high school kids and they don't know exactly what they want yet, I would tell them this, and correct me if I'm wrong, big fella, go join the Navy, go join the Air Force, go see the world.
Yes.
And when you come back home, you're going to see some of your partners and girlfriend still in the same situation, arguing over the same 2 blocks, and you know where they're at. But you go out, see the world, and your whole life changes. You got this vision that I want to do something bigger and better. Am I right?
That's right.
Go see the world, expand your knowledge. And that's something, you know, when you think the teacher is writing you, no, he or she is pushing you.
Yes.
Don't sit back idle.
Yes.
Go enjoy your freedom, then come back and share. And that's why we see a lot of entrepreneurs who are helping kids in school because they know what's around that corner.
Ooh-wee.
And last, if young people, if a person, an adult say, look, I know which way you're walking. When you go to that corner, don't go left. I can tell by your body language, don't go left, go to the right and watch how everything grows for you. Listen to it. I used to think when I was 19, when I turned 66, I ain't worried about know what old man says. Now here I am trying to tell these kids. Oh, go on ahead, old man. You don't know what you're talking about. Boy, say another word.
Crazy part is it takes us getting old to figure out they did know what they were talking about.
Yes, and that's the truth. Because we only live for the moment at that time. Amen. Now we're soaking it all in real quickly. Like I tell kids like at camp, if I have a sponge and I usually clean up the floor and I leave it out and it turns dry. So the next day, do I throw that sponge away and go get a new one? They say, no. I said, what should I do? Soak it. And I say, that's right. So this is what you all are supposed to do. When you wake up in the morning, you're dry. Become that sponge, soak up new knowledge, soak up new ideas, soak up new things people are telling you. Go back to sleep, look what's left in you, then you start all over again. Don't throw away that dry sponge.
Ooh, that's a perfect way to leave it. Robert, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. I like the picture, money.
Yes. Robert,
hey, thank y'all so much for having me on the show. This is great.
What's your social media or contact information?
I got a Facebook, Robert Reid.
Okay.
I got a Facebook, but I'll be honest with you, I don't sit and talk on Facebook. If people, when I go to speak, they want pictures, I give them my Facebook. You know, to sit and chit-chatting on, I'm a little private. I don't want people to see what my kids look like. I didn't do it when I played ball, so I don't want to exploit my kids now.
Amen.
It's on them. So, but no, it's my Facebook is Robert K. Reid.
Or you can Google him. Okay. All right.
Yes.
We're out of here. Thank you so much for being on the Amber Neal Show, and we will have
Thank y'all.
Soon.
Peace, big brother.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Amber. Really appreciate it.
Guys, have a good one.
All right. In a minute.
Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Meridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach, we release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, you know, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today.
Events and Adventures knows how to make the most of being single. Get social, in person, try new things, and just have fun. Join Events and Adventures. We've been doing the single life right for over 30 years. 30 great events every month. Just visit eventsandadventures.com.
Welcome back into the Amber Neal Show. Joining me with my co-host DJ Houston and Ryan Yarborough. Man, that was a great interview with legendary Robert Reid, who wears short shorts. Man, what y'all think of that interview? That was so awesome.
Yeah, awesome guy. I was fortunate to meet him before, you know, as we had talked about with the Safe Diversity communities in Miss Scott. But the basketball, but me being a former football player, growing up, basketball was my favorite sport. So that's what I played mostly, basketball and baseball. So when people knew that I played football, it was like, oh, wow, for real. But hearing basketball stories is hilarious because I was in a lot of those stories. I know about a lot of those stories. And by him being the age that he is, me and him, we're about 15, 16 years apart. So I grew up watching him, so I knew about his heyday, and I knew a lot of guys that he played with, as you know, as I spoke about as well. So it was just a good, seamless mix, because we would have been talking all day.
all
Oh,
day,
I
all
could
day.
tell.
Yeah, all
Right,
day,
right.
all day.
Comparing stories.
Oh yeah.
I was like, it was a little hard to get a
A
word
word
in
in,
over there
I know.
because he was over there like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let Ryan take care of this one right here. He knows all the facts anyway. I mean, I'm not that big into sports, you know. I mean, I do know sports. I know who Robert Reid is. I do know who the Houston Rockets
Go
are. I know our
Rockets.
teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I found it really amazing about the whole short shorts and the long shorts situation. You
I didn't know
like,
there was a real reason for that. I was always wondering.
Oh yeah.
Right, exactly, because like that, it was just, you know, out of nowhere to us, to the layman's eyes, you
Yeah.
know, it just changed. Like the uniforms just changed out of nowhere, you know. And I like the fact that he was, you know, he said, you know, it happened during the Michael Jordan era, you know, and he was the first one to bring that in, and I was like, oh, okay, so you can kind of just you know, people who know who Michael Jordan is, which if you don't know who Michael Jordan is, what you've been doing, sleeping under a rock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, where they do that at?
Like it's like it's just kind of fascinating to see that was the time when that transition was happening, you know, like you know how everything in history, you know, there's just that one, like you can reference that one thing in time, and you know, okay, so at this time that person was there, so you know, it's just like, okay, so we know that the heyday of basketball was really starting to go when Michael Jordan was going there. I mean, that's when it got the most publicity. There's
The money.
exactly the money was flowing in, more teams were coming around, so you know. I can't really say it's the heyday of basketball, but I can say that's kind of when it really started taking off, you know, like
A movement.
exactly. So it was weird to see that was the time that the shorts decided to change. Right?
Were y'all shocked about the money though? Like I just can't get over it. He started with 30,000 and got up to $500,000,
And that was non-guaranteed.
and that was not even
But
guaranteed.
yeah, and the big thing, which we, you know, like I said, we could have been talking all day, but just to touch on that, a lot of people, or the guys getting the money that they're getting now are from TV contracts. And as I brought up, a lot of people didn't know that the games, even the finals, the NBA finals used to be tape delayed.
So you're really watching it, and it's like
You mean, it's like, don't you know how now you might
it's like the internet stops working.
Record something like, and you're like, wait a minute, okay, I recorded it. I've been gone all day, so I'm gonna watch it
Yeah.
when I get home.
Right.
That's how it was for the NBA Finals. So it was like some people may have already known what the score was.
Oh, because they were like there to watch the game live.
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's
got
like-
you.
Might have
I
been
got
in that local
Got you.
venue, but say the game was on the West Coast, okay, or say the game was on the East Coast. Somebody on the West Coast may not have even known, you know, or vice versa, you know.
Right,
So
'cause that
until the
time
next
difference.
day, until the next day, and they didn't see it. You wouldn't even have seen the game. You had to wait for the newspaper or something like that. So technology.
I was gonna say, isn't it amazing
TV.
how that technology has
Yeah.
brought us so far?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, we
Yes.
can catch it on our phones live
Right.
now, live.
Right.
You know
what
what I
blew me
mean?
away was the
Right.
way he said he had to find out from his dad that he even
Right, he
made
got
it.
drafted.
Like,
Right,
that he
that
drafted.
that part I found crazy too, because I was like, how did you not know
Our
first?
phones now, we're like our leash, as I call it. Our phones are like, "Think," we know it instantly.
Yeah, and that
Wow.
was amazing because he, like I said, we had a few things in common, but another thing that we had in common that I didn't get a chance to touch on with him was he was the 40th pick and I was the 41st pick.
Oh.
Yeah, so we was right. So we right there in a lot of areas. Yeah, so that Rob Reid, my man, he got a nerve to call me big fella. He a lot of basketball players do that to football players.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just how they talk to us, you know.
I mean, because they're tall, but y'all guys
Yeah,
are
he-
bulky, you know.
yeah, he-
Football players are bulky. Basketball players are
Unless
usually
you're a
tall.
receiver, then you
Tell
light on your
people-
feet.
Yeah, I
Well,
tell
yeah.
people I'm average height. I feel as if I'm
What are you,
average height.
6'4"? 6'2"? I don't know.
I'm 5'14" with no shoes on.
You're what?
I'm 6'2" with no
I
shoes.
know I'm slow, but come on now.
I throw people off with that all the time. But
I was
I'm-
like, I
I'm
got it.
six-
I figured
nah.
what he had said,
Yeah,
but I was
nah.
waiting. I'm not going to answer because I see Amber over there thinking like,
What?
what?
I'm like, I haven't ate today, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, but I'm around 6'3", but he's 6'8".
Okay.
You seen the picture that we had took together.
Yeah.
He was, you know.
I was gonna ask him too, because I mean, you know, we're both over 6 foot, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate being as tall as I am because the short people are constantly, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?
Help.
Or the places that you can't get into because you know, like
all
the
the
doors
time.
are too small, things like
All
that.
the time.
So I was gonna ask him like, how can it feel to be 6'8" 8. Like, I just cannot imagine. And I bet the reason I didn't ask is I guarantee that that's like the number one question basketball players get is like, how can you be like, what's it like being so tall?
But
so I didn't want to be cliche.
But in basketball, that's like average height. Like
exactly
6'6" is
right.
like average height.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw the other day. There's a player I think right now who's average. His average. He's 7'7". I think it is. Or
Bo.
See,
his dad played Manute Bowl.
Is that even fair to all the other players? Like, you can just walk up and
right, exactly, just boom.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, Ryan, one thing I do want to talk about since you've lived this life, that always, you know, I'm always thinking about the relationship part. One thing he brought up was how he spends a lot of time with his grandkids because being on the road as a pro athlete and a lot of, you know, it could be military, it could be different things that keep you away, separated like that. And then but the kids need to understand it's not a replacement. I don't think that the parents aren't trying to replace, that's just part of the job, but they're trying to set you up to where you have an advantage when you're born. So your kids have an advantage that other people that didn't make it to the 1% have.
Absolutely, and it's a little different in each sport. Basketball and baseball travel much more than football does. So, but once again, if you're a football player and your home base, like me, my home base is Chicago, but I was playing in New York or I was playing in Baltimore. So that was a difference as well. But basketball and baseball, they're traveling, you know, throughout the week to different cities and everything like that. But with football, you're going to be in town the whole week, but you may go out of town, you know, for your game if it's a away game. But once again, if your family is a totally whole another city, that's just the same as somebody traveling all the time because you're not around.
Well, you know, one thing that he brought up that we're going to close on this is his advice to the youth, which all of us love working with the youth. I mean, that is truly the whole goal of everything that I'm working on too. Even curing the divorce rate is to get my nonprofit going to help get into the inner cities with the kids and provide that funding for better programs. But one thing that I even advised my own son to do was join the military. Just because my father is military, whole military families, not only do you get the education for free, you get an actual skill that you can learn for a job, and you can make a career out of it as well. But it gives you something, especially if you struggle with discipline and self-motivation. You don't really get an option there. What do you guys think about advising kids to go into the military?
I'm more so... I agree with some of what you're saying. We'll have different experiences with the military, and my family does. But you have to get out of the neighborhood. That's one of the main things.
True.
You know, that he was emphasizing. You know, you have to get out of the neighborhood. You have to go different places. You have to see different people. You have to see different parts of the country or the world, whatever the case may be. But bottom line, if you've been living in the same neighborhood your whole life, the people that go away, whether it's to college, wherever it may be, and they come home, it's still a lot of people at home doing the same thing.
Right.
And that's why they don't support, because you grew up together, you started the same place, you left and did something, and they're still talking about the people in the neighborhood, and you're one of them.
Exactly. I agree with Ryan on this part because I'm not so big with the military. I'm totally anti-war everything. So
I am too. I mean, I don't like war.
I think we should dissolve the military completely. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
Just because I'm that type of person. I feel like if we just don't have a military, we wouldn't have wars. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then you'd have to get every communist country in the world to agree to that.
I mean,
too.
of course, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother show. But I do agree with Ryan with you have to get out of the neighborhood. I mean, I was from a small town. You know, you were from a small town. Like, you know what it's like. You know, I go back home once a month to go visit my parents, and I still see the same people hating their jobs, hating their life, wishing they got away, and that every time they see me, got to talk trash because I got away.
The only thing you added to your life was more wrinkles on your face.
Thank you. Exactly.
You're still on the same pole, leaning up, talking about the same people.
Exactly. Still doing the same exact stuff.
Probably the same car.
So, you know, just get out there. Like, there's no reason why you're stuck there. There's so much in this world to explore.
Amen.
I mean, just just in the state of Texas alone, there's so much to explore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're not one of the ones that ever want to get a passport, just the United States alone, travel within the states, and there's so much to do.
It's like different countries, just that. I mean, just especially with the different climates. But all right, guys. Well, we got to wrap up the show. We thank you so much, Robert Reid, for coming on today, being our very, very special guest. Hilarious. Shout out to Virgo Nation in the building. And if you guys want more information on how you can be part of the show, y'all hit us up at Boss Up Houston Network on the Amber Neal show page, or you can also go to matchmakerhotline.com or amberneal.com for more information on being a guest on the show or being a friend of the show.
Absolutely. And y'all guys, make sure y'all stick around to hear about one of our favorite places to hang out at with Vince and Adventures.
Yes.
And our friends over at Meridate for sponsoring our show today. Y'all guys stick around. We'll see y'all on the next show.
See ya.
Events and Adventures knows how to make the most of being single. Get social, in person, try new things, and just have fun. Join Events and Adventures. We've been doing the single life right for over 30 years. 30 great events every month. Just visit eventsandadventures.com.
Meridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Are you single? Maybe you're divorced or new in town. It's time to meet your match with Events and Adventures. Whether you're low-key or adventurous, come hang out with tons of like-minded people at exciting group activities. The best part? Everyone is single. From happy hours and trivia nights to outdoor adventures and weekend getaways, Events and Adventures has something for everyone. We're all here for the same reason. So come be part of a community made for singles. Your match is waiting for you to make your move. Visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up. Look up, stay up, and this is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Want to be a boss? Let's talk business. Let's talk fashion. Let's talk health, fitness, community, lifestyle, and finance. With Boss Up Houston, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Hey singles, do you feel it? The feeling like it's time to start having fun again? If you do, then you're ready to celebrate with Events and Adventures. There's never been a better time to join than right now. Meet new people with a packed calendar of fun events, exciting adventures, and future memories. It's time to live life to the fullest, to high five, skydive, and feel alive again. That feeling is here at Events and Adventures. If you're single and ready to celebrate, visit eventsandadventures.com to get started. That's eventsandadventures.com.